Happy Wednesday. Welcome back to another episode of Full Frontal Investigation. I'll be your host. I'm a pussy, Rich Holmes. And today what we're going to talk about is David being deathly ill, all right, and not paying his federal lawsuit yet. And I'm not even going to fucking raise my voice today because I don't want to, but David is ill, everybody. And anybody that thinks David is on the up and up should check your facts, okay? David's been claiming he's been in shut-away for this 5 years. Well, let me tell you what he's not been doing. He hasn't been shut away. He's been hiding. Okay, there's nothing in the Bible about this 5-year shut-away. Now, David, what I found out today is that you still haven't paid your lawsuit down in Florida. You still have not paid the movie prop rental lawsuit. But the thing is by now movie prop rentals has probably already collected that money back with the work they've done. Hey, what up, Jay? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you, man. Yeah, David's sick as fuck, dude. He's sick. There's no way he's going to be able to make it out of this one. If he does, by some fucking miracle, make it out, I'll be highly surprised. Really will. And David, the video of Josh and Joseph in the hospital, I sent that over to the lawyers for movie prop rentals because, David, this is what we do. This is, again, I know I never said I wouldn't do shit on David, but again, there's just kind of little few developments. So we always going to keep a track on you, David. Trust me. Now he ain't going to be anywhere tonight at 7 p.m. No, he's not. And if anybody's looking for David, he's up in Missouri. He should be up in O'Fallon. The rest of the cult is up there. But again, David's not well. So this is whatever's going on right now. Okay, I know David's sick. I'm pretty sure he's not going to show up there at that fucking location today. Hey, TY's 3. Like and subscribe, please, man. Please like and subscribe, everybody. There's more content coming. We got more of these shitheads to fucking expose. Trust me. David's done. He's done with, man. He has been ill. He has been ill for a while, you guys. Prior to us, even. Prior to us, David was already suffering from medical conditions. Exactly. Big apostle couldn't heal himself, couldn't heal his fucking diabetes, right? And David, I'm almost convinced that's what you're suffering from. Diabetes, hypertension, because they all go hand in hand. Usually when you have hypertension, you have chronic kidney issues, okay? So if you're suffering from any kind of one of those conditions, it's just a fucking complexity of issues down the road, okay? So, and now Joseph and Josh being down at the hospital at the same time, hearing that fucking EKG beep in the background, David, dead giveaway. So, David hasn't paid his lawsuit down in Florida. But you're going to hold a crusade? And David, I have the email. Oh yeah, heart arrhythmia? Oh, dude, I'm sure hey, Habib J, I'm pretty sure that David was in a constant state of AFib, dude. I am now convinced of that. I will, T-Wise, man. I appreciate you showing up here, man. I don't think I've ever seen you in the chat, man. That's the thing. Maybe I haven't, maybe I haven't. I don't know, but yeah. Heart arrhythmia, yeah. But I'm pretty sure, again, I'm pretty sure he was in a constant state of like AFib or something like that. Just walking around in a constant state, like he probably had nitroglycerin on him to keep his heart fucking pumping, right? Because that's what it's for, nitroglycerin. So yeah, he hasn't paid his suit. Oh, we're going after this other one too named Catherine Crick, TY. Just wait, dude. Wait, you want to see this fucking psycho? This chick is nuts, bro. Habib J, he's actually sent death threats, fucking cease and desist, dude, everything on the channel too, dude. Yeah, the big pappies don't know if it's acid or chest pain. Yeah. Yep. And that's the thing. What they're going to do with David, they're going to fucking bring him in. They're going to hook him up to an EKG. And they're going to be like, yeah, you're fucking you're in AFib right now. We're going to we have to fix your heart. And I'm learning an extremely vast amount of information about that. I really am. Hey, yes, I am, Javi. Yes, I am. Dude, bee flappers. And I know for sure that people are looking for David to serve his fucking piece of shit ass, all right? Because we know he's been running Again, David, you tied. Yeah, no, I'm with you, P-Nurse. No, I'm medical coding. I code medical all day, man. I'm learning. I have to research. You want to know what the biggest issue in America is right now? Diabetes, blood pressure, obesity. These are just trends that I notice. What's some other ones? Those are the big three right now. Three. Those are the big three right there. Diabetes, high blood pressure, and obesity. And they all kind of go hand in hand, man. If you're obese, you're going to have a shitty blood pressure, and it's probably going to push you to other conditions. Yeah, I don't work for insurance companies, though. I don't. I work for a medical system. Yep. Yep. We're required to do research on certain health conditions, and I'm fucking, my brain is just on overload right now. It really is. I was telling my family just a little bit ago, like medical coding, it's like running a marathon in your head. That's how I'm attributing it now. It's running a marathon in your head with medical codes and converting the information. It's nuts. Anyways, those are the trends I'm noticing. And now when I see David, yeah, yeah, Peters. Yeah, my God. Yeah, it is. It's insane. Yep. I love it though. I'm learning something new every day. So it's good. It's good. I like that kind of learning process. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Yep. Yep. Don't forget about that DP. That's a huge internet. Hey, cat mom, mother of all pussies. Meow. I need to make an entrance just for the cat mom. But it's gonna be like a fucking tiger where it's gonna be like, rawr. I love it, but not everything needs to be diagnosed. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and see, that's the other thing. Remember, every time we see David, the last time we saw David, remember, like the one time we saw him, he was fucking struggling to pick his leg up, right? That's edema. That's edema. David, because gravity goes down, like the water is going down your body, dude. You're retaining a insane amount of water, which is very dangerous, okay? And that all has to do with your failing kidneys, okay? And David, I've talked to people from the cult that know you and have known you for years and years, and they have all, yes, exactly, Peeners, the congestive cough, the chronic cough that you had, David, that's congestive heart failure. Poor circulation, congestive heart failure, you start suffering from things like pulmonary edema. I'm for sure he's got atherosclerosis, man, because that motherfucker loves eating Big Macs. His arteries probably look like a fucking greasy straw, dude, right? Absolutely poor circulation. Then you start getting that visceral fat. Oh, too many casseroles, too many Big Macs. Yeah, and that's what'll happen when you start getting like diabetic foot ulcers, right? They start chopping you from the foot up, man. They'll start chopping your feet. It happened to my uncle. I can tell you how it works, David. I can tell you how it works because it happened to a family member of mine. It started with the fucking foot ulcer, right? Okay, foot ulcer. Well, first his leg, my uncle's leg swelled up really bad. Then it went to a foot ulcer. Then they had to amputate his foot. Then they amputated it at the knee, and they just start working their way up, David. Eventually, you're going to lose your legs. But what my uncle ultimately died of, I'll tell everybody, is when he was going to he was at a dialysis unit because he had to be on constant dialysis because he just had fucking shitty kidneys his whole life. And it was from not taking care of his body. He drank a lot of sodas, okay? So just this be a testament. This is real shit. This is how my uncle passed. It was diabetes. And he was in a dialysis unit. And what had happened was they were taking him back from dialysis, and somewhere along the line, he fucking lost oxygen, man. Went brain dead. It wasn't even the fucking diabetes that killed him. It was a fucking just a, it happened. I don't know how the fuck it happened, but that's what happened. It wasn't even the fucking diabetes that killed him. It was the loss of oxygen to his brain. He went brain dead. Okay? Real shit, David. I'm not fucking stupid, man. That is one thing, David. I'm talking to you now, David and Michelle and all those cult members. David's sick, all right? Like, because he hasn't taken care of himself. Everybody ever hear him cough all the time? Well, that's heart failure. That's congestive heart failure. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, Peeners. Go to the video. Uncle Jake, will you put the video of where we saw Joseph and Josh in the hospital where we found the EKG beep in it. It was a dead giveaway. Peeners were like, that was a fucking EKG beep. Yeah, they do. They just keep cutting you up, man. Yeah. When it gets foot ulcers, well, Habib J, it wasn't even the cough that I caught. It was people, members of the cult, survivors, and people I've just contacted with David. They're like, no, he's always had this cough that he could never shake. And that's one of the signs and symptoms. The neck, the goiter, yeah, big thing. We've seen his skin change colors, go from yellow to ashy gray, like serious shit, right? And then speaking to Cliff recently, it wouldn't surprise me if David's fucking got some kind of STI either. He's slept with a lot of women. And hey, dudes, just saying, if you slept with any of the women in the cult, you slept with David, okay? Keep that in mind, all right? But David's, anyways, beyond the point. The blinking eyes, yeah, the profuse sweating. Now, here's the other thing, Peeners. I had spoke to Cliff a few weeks back, and he told me, he was like, David had all these nice shoes that he had to stop wearing because his feet started to swell up. I'm like, yeah, it's fucking diabetes. And he's like, I would go get him the compression socks because he needed them. No, his health, no. And me and Matt Moore have actually talked about that. Being in that kind of condition, it completely obliterates your sexual health. It does. Yeah, you know what? I don't know, Kevin G. David probably never got tested. Never got tested, man. But let's keep off that topic because I'm fucking nasty. I don't even know who. And I was talking to family about this, like, who the fuck would sleep with David? Michelle. And I couldn't stop looking at. Damn, you saw him at a club? Yeah. No, and a lot of women don't care. Yeah, there's the short version, yeah. Yeah, but again, David, I know you're sick, bro. I know you're sick. And guess what, David? Now that the case is pretty much over with Movie Prop, guess what? I helped them. We did. We all did. We all helped them. We all gathered the knowledge and we all put it in. Okay? We all wrote letters. We wrote letters to the judge. I personally spoke to Movie Prop Rentals, David, and told them to be fucking careful. I spoke to them when you guys first started the deal, David. We found out maybe 6 months later. But I called Richard and I spoke to him. And by the time I had spoke to him, the deal had already gone south. So I know everything about that build, David. The only thing I don't know is what happened after you guys got lawyers. Like, everything was pretty much quiet after that. But we had a good idea what you did. I mean, Tony, you did that with the lighting company down in Houston, right? You fucked those guys over 1 year. Yep. I wrote the judge too. Did too. Wrote the judge. That's what we did. We write the judges. Because what you do, if you're ever going to write a judge in a case on a trial, send it to the court clerk. Okay? Don't ever send it to the judge. You send it straight to the court clerk, and the court clerk will admit it to the judge, and they'll decide whether or not they should admit it. Okay? But I do know our letters got admitted into that case, and that was a problem for David because the judge looked at that letter and said, "Yeah." Exactly, and that's something that I found out is kind of on the block right now, is the fact that kid died, Cheyenne, of cancer. Why wasn't he out getting the health treatment that he needed, right? Why wasn't he out getting the help that he needed? He should have been able to, right? That's going to be a problem here with some of these cult leaders now, I think, saying that they're healed. Based off what I've learned in this with the last 6 months, is that's going to be a problem. They did. They had me listed as a potential witness. They probably saw the channel and they're like, yep, we ain't bringing this guy in. No fucking way. He'll sink our case. He'll sink our case. He'll fucking blow it for us. Like, if they had brought me in on the stand, I would have went professional, absolutely. But it would have ruined David's case. David D, patience. Look how long it took him to bust Diddy, bro. It's just time, man. But here's the thing, David D, check this out. Look at that cult that just got busted out in California, that TikTok cult. It's time. It's patience, man. It's just, it's a game. It's a waiting game. But what we found out, David, is that they were actually turning tricks out of a hotel in Houston, okay? Now, why I think it hasn't been shut down yet is because people got caught there. Definitely think somebody got caught playing at that hotel, and the feds are like, oh, fuck, we got a problem here. Another Epstein fucking thing opening up on us. Yeah, exactly. Right, Kevin G. David has all these people fooled that he can heal all these sicknesses, and he can't. And we've told people that time and again. Look at Catherine Crick. She's doing the same shit, right? Catherine Crick is no different. She is doing the exact same thing. These people don't care. They don't care. Same with David. And people ask, like, how the fuck has he gone on this long? It's just time, man. Yeah, the 7 Mountain Mandate. Oh, the hotel's a shithole. The hotel's a fucking shithole. I would not want to live there. I can't even imagine the smell inside that place, man. Seriously, the smell inside that hotel down in Houston, it's not being maintained. They haven't had a maintenance crew in there since they bought that place. Dude, you know what it costs to keep those places up? Oh my God. To keep a hotel open like that, oh my God, man, it's nuts. You're talking $500,000 a year, easy. Easy. And I think that's being generous. Figure you got AC units you got to clear out. You're going to have pipes that need plumbed, painting, the roofs, filters. I mean, this cult is an actual money pit, what David's doing. He's got all these properties. They're going broke. This should probably be one of their last crusade events, I'm guessing. If David does decide to show his fucking fat ass, I'll be highly, highly surprised. If he does, they'll most likely have to fucking wheel him out on a dolly on that fucking chair because he can't walk anymore. Yeah, exactly. Imagine a barracks full of military guys that nobody's inspected for 2 years. Fucking shithole. It would be so nasty. It'd be so nasty. Wait, so did they actually run a live today, Daniela? Well, those wheelchairs, let me tell you something. Those wheelchairs are fake, dude. Those wheelchairs are fake. Let me see here. Okay, so they did a video 3 weeks ago. Yeah, it's about $4 per square foot to maintain a commercial building. Yeah. Hey, Frenchie, how you doing? Is this Sarah Jake's dad? No. It was this morning? I don't see anything, dude. I see one from 3 days ago. Oh, it's on their Facebook. Okay. Yeah, see, I'm wondering if they'll be live tonight, though. Okay. Makes sense. Okay. So they're running on Facebook. The last time we saw David standing, almost a year ago. A year and a half ago. It's cool, P-Nurse. Don't even trip. Don't even trip. But yeah, no, David, we haven't seen him stand in at least a year. For sure. And Sarah, we're ultimately talking about David being deathly ill. I pulled his credit report, P-Nurse. I pulled his credit report about a year ago, I'm guessing. Sometime end of last year, I pulled his credit report. David's, because I had his social security number. So yeah, everything is adding up. He took a ride in a meat wagon to the hospital, Duke University. I have his credit report, and it shows there's 3 charges on his credit report. Yep. Yep. I had his social. I know his social. Yep. His social was online, and we just so happened to track it down fucking by some fucking God-given miracle. And yeah, I pulled his credit report up. Because David's so used to fucking lying to people, I was like, no, fuck that. Let's get real personal, man. So we did. I was able to answer the questions to get into his fucking credit report. I was like, I am David E. Taylor. I was like, I am David E. Taylor. So yeah, I pulled his credit report, but he put a block on it now. I can't get back into it. And I put it on the channel. I put it on the channel. Yep. It is up on the channel. Yep. I was very scared of doing it. I was like, no, fuck him. Fuck him. He's been lying to everybody. So what he's doing, he's basically taking money from the church and basically paying off all his personal bills and shit on his credit report. We've seen it. There's nothing. Those cars on David's credit report aren't listed to the church. They're fucking going to David E. Taylor. Let me see if I have the. Well, first, when we first got the credit report, he wasn't paying his bills. But when we got a hold of it, he started paying his bills. We're like, look at this piece of shit. He's not even fucking keeping up with his shit. Okay, so yeah, here it is right here. Okay, so it's Bull City Financial Solutions, okay? No, it wasn't even that bad. He was in like the mid sixes, working his way up. I don't know what it's at now. He's probably in the sevens, which is okay. But he's basically, oh, Kevin, I sent this up, dude. No, I sent this up higher. And people were asking, where'd you get that from? I was like, I pulled it. I looked up his credit report. But yeah, no, I sent this credit report up higher, dude. No, I was like, no, look at this shit. This is what he's fucking doing, man. Here's his credit report. So, yeah, no. It wasn't, his credit report wasn't that bad. There were 5 in collections at the time. There were 3 for Bull City Financial Solutions, P-Nurse. One was for 864, one was for 1,045, and the other one was for 1,103. And it was Durham County EMS. So there were 3 charges. Durham County EMS. You want to see? I'll show you. Look, right there. Durham County EMS. And this is David's credit report. There's all the addresses right there. This is the first couple pages of his credit report. I think I screenshotted a lot of it and I have it on a Google Drive somewhere. But yeah, that's his credit report. And so those, okay, so check this out, Peeners. So according to the credit report, those charges, the balance was updated. So that's around the time I was looking at it. So September 3rd, 2023, when I was looking at that specific page, okay? I think he paid those off, okay, because we put that on the channel. Oh, it's up, Uncle Bruce. I don't know if I could turn it up anymore. Yeah, it's up. I got it up, and my throat's kind of fucked up right now. So yeah, there were 3 charges all on the same day for Durham County P-Nurse. That was right around the pandemic. And also, P-Nurse, that was one of the times where we noticed David was just fucking profusely sweating. He was morbidly obese, really was. And then those hit his credit report, but I don't know the exact date. That's one thing I've been trying to figure out, is the exact date that those hit his credit report, so it can kind of backtrack when this medical event took place. I'm thinking probably during COVID, because what I found out and learned is that if COVID affected people with obesity very, very severely. Like, some people died. I found out people I knew here in San Antonio died from it that I had no clue about. I was like, damn, that fucking sucks, man. And it did. And David being obese and pre-existing conditions, heart problem, CKD, right? COVID would have fucking wiped him the fuck out, man. COVID would have almost probably killed him. And then he comes out saying, I'm not on deathbed, fucking leaning over. And in that video, you could actually see that his legs were still really huge. His fucking edema. It was edema, lower extremity edema, because he'd probably been laying in a fucking hospital bed for a fucking month or so, not doing anything, not exercising. The way he was moving, talking, very indicative of a fucking massive heart attack. That's exactly what my dad talked like and looked like after his heart attack. My dad wasn't overweight, but he was very, very weak, and he could hardly fucking talk. He was taking big breaths like David was. So again, David, I know you, David. I know you. And the fact that you're actually pitching this fucking lie still, bro. No, but that's what we're talking about, Jessica. He's very ill. He's very ill. And I emailed the lawyers today down in Florida. I emailed him. I was like, hey, has David paid the lawsuit yet? He's like, no, Dead serious. I'll read you guys the email. Hang on. I'll read you guys the email. It's right here. Okay. Shout out to Dan Alexander. He's got to email him. Which hospital was he in? It was down in Clearwater, the one where Hulk Hogan died. It was the same one, Dan Alexander, where Hulk Hogan died. Okay, so that's the same hospital that David was in. Because Uncle Jake's like, I've been there. I know that background. That's in Clearwater. He's like, it's not far. About 12 miles from David, actually. So it would have been a quick jump in the meat wagon for him. But I emailed the lawyer today, and I was like, hey, sir, has David paid your client? And his reply was, no payment. Has anyone seen David in public? Is he still conducting services online or otherwise? Do you know any specifics as to his health issues? And I told him, I was like, yeah, he's still sick. He's here. And that's about it. Until David is either shut down or just he kicks the bucket. I ultimately think that's what David wants, because David doesn't want to fucking go to jail. I know he doesn't. Neither does Michelle. Neither does Michelle Brandon. She doesn't want to go to jail. But we're talking about him being deathly ill. And he is. He's very sick. He doesn't take care of himself. Jessica, if he shows up this weekend, if he shows up this week for his little miracle crusade, I don't think he's going to. I really don't. David, disappoint me, please. Please disappoint me, man. I really want you to. I want to see if your health is just still fucking failing. But I'm pretty sure it is, man. I'm pretty sure it's still failing. Because again, you don't go out and exercise, David. You don't go out and exercise and fucking eat healthy. But I did find out that you are trying to eat healthy, so. Hey, what up, what is that, Salvatore? I can't see it, but yeah. Anybody tuning in, hit that like, subscribe. We're talking about David E. Taylor. He is the so-called apostle. I'm not either. No, David, we've been tracking his health. Nah, David Rich. You know that, man. We've been tracking the shithead's health. We tracked everything with him, right? And not only that, but the financial stress is probably just mounting on him. I mean, fuck. I just thought about that. Like, that gives me a fucking anxiety attack. Like, I'm trying to be in David's position. I'm like, fuck that, dude. No. Like, trying to be in David's financial situation, I just had an anxiety attack. I was like, man, fuck that, dude. He's got all these properties. He's not making the money he is anymore. Tax season's coming up real fast. Mad at him. I was just looking at that video. I know, Daniela, and that's the thing. Think of being in David's situation, right? And not having any money. He's got all these properties he's got to pay on, dude. Dude, the home in Tampa has a loan against it, okay? So there's that. And you're right, not having money sucks, dude. But imagine being in David's situation, right? Right, Daniela? Imagine being in David's situation and not having money. It would, fuck, dude. Compounding interest, bro. I'm debt-free too, bro. I'm debt-free too, Daniela. I think I owe a couple debt. The only debt I owe is on my house. Yeah, that's it. That's the only fucking debt that I owe is my house payment and my month-to-month bills. That's it. I don't even fucking pay a fucking car payment. I know, what if he's had like some kind of gastric bypass and he has a reveal at the event? He's all, hey, everybody, look, God helped me lose 300 pounds in 2 weeks. I'm the true apostle. Look, 300 pounds shed. Holy weight gone, everybody. You don't even need to go for a jog. All you got to do is walk, Dave. They say walk for 20 minutes a day. That's it. Walk 20 minutes a day. You take a 20-minute walk, dude, you're good. You're good. You don't even need to jog. Don't even need to jog. You just need to walk. I know that'd be a lot of loose skin. Michelle would be behind him. Michelle would be behind him like a wedding procession, and she'd be holding up his fucking flabs of fucking skin. She'd be like, here comes the apostle. Well, hey, Matt M., the same hospital that Hulk Hogan died in is the same hospital we think David was at. We're pretty sure David was at the same hospital. But yeah, the same place Hogan went is the same place David went. What the fuck is the name of it, Uncle Jake? It's in Clearwater. Uncle Jake knows because he's been there. He's like, I've been there to go get my heart checked. It's a heart hospital. He's like, it's not the greatest place, but it gets the job done, right? If you need your heart checked, it's okay to go get your heart checked there. But he's like, I wouldn't recommend staying there. Yeah, Uncle Bruce says, hey, you know what? David's gonna pass the keys on to the kingdom, okay? To me, if he dies, okay. But no, if when this does fail, and it already has failed, Morton Plant, that's what it is. Thanks, Uncle Jake. Morton Plant Hospital. I think that's where Hulk Hogan went too, right, Jake? 3-star rating. Yeah, and David, I don't think David's got health insurance. Like, where would he get health insurance from? Like, to buy an individual plan like that for David, oh my God, it costs a lot of money. It would, right, Uncle Jake, to buy an individual plan, be like, just go to Blue Cross Blue Shield. Hey, I want to buy a personal plan for myself. You'd probably pay fucking racks of fucking money. I wouldn't even want to know what that premium would be a month. Then your fucking deductible on top of that, plus your medicine. Holy shit. That's why they get group plans. No, no, it's not. I don't even think he's got that, Greetings, because in order to get like any kind of healthcare, like I would think you'd want to be on a group. Okay, so Morton Plan is for folks who don't have insurance. Okay, that's kind of what I figured. It's a, was that sodas? What? Okay. And Michelle, for real, Michelle, I know you were crying when we saw that video of you recently. It all, it all adds up. It all adds up. Everything adds up. And you want to know where it was real, where it really sunk in that you guys, that I knew David was sick, is when I first put the video out about him having like diabetes and shit. Okay, I'm not technically sharing personal health information. That's a condition that a lot of people have. Okay, and I have never seen your medical chart. So, anyways, you guys actually tried to strike that video down after I put it up, and you guys lost. That was my first sign that David was sick. Then the cease and desist. Everything started adding up, David. And then talking to Cliff recently, it all makes sense, man. Chuck Wood brought up recently possible fucking foot amputation. Start chopping David from the feet down. And it's how it works, David. That's how it works when you have diabetes like that, man. Uncontrolled. And I'm pretty sure he was uncontrolled. Yeah, be careful with sodas, though, David Rich. You want to be careful with sodas, man. You go to Adventure Hospital in this area. David's all, well, I don't want to live, okay. Well, Uncle Jake, some people had called me after we put that video up about the hospital and stuff, right? And they're calling me like, man, hey, Gary Johnson, how you doing? We're talking about the gutter walrus today. He hasn't paid his lawsuit, so there's that. And he's very ill. And again, cult members, if you're watching this, if you're trolling the channel, that's fine. I don't care. David's lying to you. He has been. Everybody that's ever followed David or listened to that fucking piece of shit, all he's ever done is lie to you guys about his so-called being a prophet and an apostle. Yeah. View of Clearwater in the background, David. Thanks for that, man. Appreciate it. Yeah. So we're able to track that hospital down that way by just watching a video all together. And we're like, oh, hospital bound, not doing well, David. And then again, all the people coming out, oh, hi, Apostle, we love you. We can't wait to see you. That was like a fucking get well soon video. Yeah, cult members, wake up and smell the fucking overcooked lobster, man. David doesn't care about you. Seriously, 5-year shutaway, James O'Connor and Nate Plaster, you guys think this is real? A 5-year shutaway while David's down fucking turning tricks in a hotel in Houston? Some fucking ghetto hotel? that kind of pushed the envelope when we found out you guys were running prostitution, man. That took some fucking balls, man. Like, that's balls to set up a brothel down in Houston and call it a church and then fucking turn tricks out the back door. It's a lot of balls, dude. It was millions. Pro Street Dino, you want to know how much it was collectively? It's like $3 million, dude. It's a lot of money. Yep. No, it was, I talked to Rick Frasier, Dino. I talked to the ex-husband of her, yes. Yeah. I talked to the husband. He was really nice, man. He was a really nice guy. But he's also a scammer too, I found out. So he just didn't get caught. But Rick was a very nice guy. Yeah, Rick was real nice. No, he was real nice about everything. He really was. He's a nice guy, man. It's just he fucking his wife. You want to know why the deposition exists? I'll tell you, since we're talking about David today. Long story short, yeah, no, really nice guy. He was like, so me and Debbie divorced, right? But I also found out some shit about Rick recently that I can't repeat because I was asked not to by a community member that ran into Rick. So he'd shot me an email, we were talking, and he was like, the whole reason this deposition exists, Rich, is because David, all I asked David to do was give back 10% of the $1 million that he took from Debbie. He was like, I asked him to do the Christian thing. You want to know what David's response was to Rick? Don't be ridiculous. David basically told him to get fucked. More or less, David should have just told him to get fucked. But he's like, don't be ridiculous. And he never gave him the money back. So Rick was like, okay. So Debbie, what happened was Debbie went back to Rick asking for more money. Okay. Dino, put yourself in you're in Rick's shoes right now. You're Rick Frasier. You divorce your wife. You give her a fucking 7-figure settlement, a fucking nice little nest egg, right? Okay. She comes back a year later, says, hey, I need more money. All the money's gone. That money that was given in that settlement was to buy a house, raise the kids. Like, Debbie could have invested that money and could have been sitting like a fat fucking rat right now. But no, she's fucking scrounging now for fucking dollars for David. So yeah, it was, Rick Frasier had just asked David to give back 10%. So we always say why we're here, Dino, is because of 10%. 10%, bro. That's why we're here. That's why the depositions exist. That's why David's in the deep shit that he's in, is because of 10%, bro. The tithing standard. That fat fuck couldn't even get back 10%, man. 100 grand would have saved him millions, dude. 100 grand would have saved that piece of shit this whole world of trouble. David never counted on us. David never counted on us, man. There are some things that I will tell you. Rick did pay to have that video promoted on YouTube, and he paid right around 100 grand. That's why that video showed up on everybody's fucking feed on YouTube all at once. It was really weird, right? Because Rick paid. Rick paid 96 grand. The 100,000 that basically David took from him. And Rick's got money. Rick's got money. He could have given Debbie another $1 million and been comfortable. Still. Rick still has money. Rick's a fucking baller, dude. Rick did good for himself. He did. Whatever he did, he had a sound financially invested his money, man. He was very smart about it. But he's also got caught doing some shit with some fucking veteran scams and shit, and it wasn't cool. And I called him out for that. And he didn't like that. Last time I talked to Rick was about a year ago. He's like, I don't want to talk to you. He doesn't like me, man, because I've called out his bullshit. Like, Rick, dude, you could have been a good person with that fucking veteran deal you were doing, man. That was a good idea. But you fucked up, whatever. You got greedy. I don't know. But yeah, Rick, that was the whole deal. 10%, Dino. 10%. That's why the deposition exists. 10 fucking percent, bro. Really sit and think about that for a minute, Dino. 10% of $1 million is what, 100 grand? Apparently David couldn't do that. It was too much of a fucking hit to his pocket. Yeah. And it was her money in the first fucking place. And all Rick asked for was 10%. That's it. And he told me, he was like, I saw him in court. He's like, I was FaceTiming. Me and Rick are like this, right? But I see Rick on the other end. And he was like, so we're going to court. And he's like, I see him in court one day. And I walk up to him. And he's like, he's sitting there with somebody. I want to say it was Cliff. It might have been Cliff. I'll have to double check with them. But it was like, you know, I walk up to him and he's like, the guy sitting next to him, he's like, oh, there's Debbie's ex-husband. And he's like, so I shake his hand. Hi, I'm Mr. Frasier. You know, he's like, we get to talking and we're kind of cool for a minute. And he was like, look, you know, I'm all about the church. He's like, I'm cool with that, right? In content, I can't remember the exact wording, right? But he's like, look, I'm okay with, you know, giving to the church. But he was like, can you just do the pastor thing and give her back 10%? Because that was money for my kids and her to get a life started. And he told him, fuck off, dude. I mean, Rick, you initially lit the fuse on this. I just want to give you props on that. You lit the whole fucking fuse on this, okay? You started it, Rick. We're going to finish it. Now, Rick, if you ever come, I know you watch the channel, but David is sick, and his time is probably very limited now at this point. His health is failing. He's not taking care of himself. The financial stress is mounting, okay? Because now he's got to pay taxes on all of these fucking properties, you guys. Not only that, he's also being brought up on another lawsuit up in up in Chesterfield. Yeah, Chesterfield, Missouri, because they're not taking care of the fucking plumbing at the houses. And it's causing a public, it has the potential to become a public health issue because it has to do with the sewer lines at the residential center. David fucking destroyed the plumbing with fucking taking all these shits and eating greasy burgers. So now there's fucking plumbing issues with the downstream lines. How do I know? Because I fucking called and asked. I was like, hey, this is who we are. I'm writing a story. What's going on with that house? The lady's like, oh yeah. She's all, there's civil violations. Yeah, so basically the septic tank is overflowing into people's yards and shit, and that place floods. And that's what the lady told me. She's like, yeah, it's flooded here before, and they don't have the proper filtration system put in for the downstream flow. That's what this lady was so sweet, man. She was so nice. But it's more of a civil violation. It's not even like a big lawsuit. It's more of like county inspectors are saying, you need to fucking fix this shit, man. Because you have the potential to poison the water table. That's what they're telling them. Fix this shit. Nobody's been living there. Oh yeah, and they got a violation because what they did is they didn't pull the proper permitting to do grading work on the property. Okay? It has to do more with pulling coding like permits and shit like that. If David shows up for the crusade, I'll be highly surprised, man. Really will. But there are people there. There are people there. There's vehicles there. The cult is up there right now because this is David's big fucking reveal. And that's exactly what the county inspector was telling me. They're like, yeah, it's a flooding issue. It's a sewer issue. And again, if they're not paying their movie prop rentals, Uncle Jake, like, where's the money at? They're not fixing shit. You got the Nelly house. Yeah, the Crusty Crusader. Fuck, dude, I'll never forget that night, man. Habib J, it's the Crusty Crusader, okay? Get it right, please. It's the Crusty Crusader. And you're probably wondering, you heard the maxi pad prophecy, right? You heard the maxi pad prophecy, right? About David, how he wears maxi pads. No, that's David, the Crusader. You got to put the Crusty Crusader, okay? Yeah. Imagine David. When I'm looking back at all the crusades. David's literally sitting there with a maxi pad in his fucking drawers, man. That's fucking raunchy, David. And Cliff would always say, he's like, yeah, you ever notice that kind of funny extra step that he takes? And he's like, that's why, is because he's got a fucking crusty pad up his ass. So he has to take kind of this funky step. What is he, pre-pee bleeding? No, because he doesn't wipe his ass, dude. He doesn't clean his ass, so he fucking puts pads in. Yeah, and he's got a preferred brand too. It's called Poise Pads. He's got a preferred brand. Yeah, no, and I don't know if because he can't reach or if he's just unhygienic like that. But go Pro Street Dino, go listen. If you, I think I put the link in there for you for Cliff's interview about talking about David's hygiene habits. Oh my god, dude, that night, dude, it's so horrible. It's fucking horrible, man. Yeah, yeah, no, and that tells you like now Pro Street. I know you're new to the channel still too, right? I want to find out when David started that. When did he learn or when was he taught that behavior? Or if he taught it to himself. Dude, because that's some weird fucking behavior, bro. I never heard of no shit like that until Cliff told us. And you can't make that up, bro. You can't make that type of fucking story up. A dude wearing maxi pads because he didn't wipe his ass, like, okay, himself. And Cliff was like, he'd been doing that since I was around. So he's been doing it for the last 10 years and probably before that. Probably before that, yes. And again, when you start slipping into mental health issues, the first thing to go is your hygiene. First thing to go is your hygiene. I don't know, Daniela. I don't know. Nope, I don't know. But we've had people confirm the whole maxi pad prophecy, even after Cliff said, Valerie's like, yeah, that's true. And Michelle, you're sleeping with him? Women, you're sleeping with this guy? I mean, weird. Fucking weird. And we've heard some weird shit about David too, man. David, there's been some stuff I've heard about you off channel that I've just been asked not to fucking repeat. Oh yeah, Michelle's sleeping with him. Yeah, David's, well, not anymore, because David probably can't even get his little fucking dick up. No, fuck that. No, no, Michelle is a head slut, dude. Michelle's head slut. Fuck yeah, dude. She's head slut, bro. Yep. David E. Taylor equals destroys every toilet. Oh man. Oh yeah. No, we've talked to Cliff about this. I think even on the channel that Michelle knows that David's sleeping around with other women and she still sleeps with them. Oh, we knew that from day one, dude. I knew that for a minute, bro. David sleeps with all the women. It's a sex cult, and David's the headmaster, man. He's head charge, dude. He's got a whole harem of women. Well, used to, but I think some of them got the fuck out finally. Like, we're out of here. Nah, I don't think they got AIDS or anything like that. But no, no, they would have been really sick by now because they wouldn't have been taking medicine. All the women knows he sleeps around, and they still sleep with him. Exactly. Michelle, you knew he was sleeping around, but you're just his doormat, so you let him come on in anytime he wanted, even though you knew he was doing it. But Michelle doesn't care. Michelle's always been like that. Michelle's a fucking tramp. She knows it. And Michelle's fucked David, and she's fucked a lot of the other guys in the cult too. So there's that. I mean, it's just dirty. It's just dirty. It like that cult is a literal Sodom and Gomorrah. You want to know what Sodom and Gomorrah is? David's cult. You know, but and Fitzroy, that's the thing. Like, what we've learned is like he provides something to these people, right? Whatever they're looking for, he's able to provide it. And that's the allure, I guess. Oh, Pro Street. Pro Street, let me tell you something. I've talked to a lot of people who know a lot of people in the cult. We all have. There's people I talk to off channel that I don't mention here that know a lot of it. Yeah, yeah, I'll leave it at that. I really try to be careful, man, but I've talked to a lot of people who know a lot of people in the cult, specifically Michelle, David, Tony, Joseph. I've talked to a lot of people who know a lot of people in the cult, man. And they just said, hey, don't say our names here. Cool, got it. Not a problem. Oh, Michelle's a fucking psycho. No, Michelle's beyond sociopath, dude. Tony is wherever David is. Tony is wherever David is, probably taking care of David with Michelle. Tony's going to be by David's bedside all the time. Always. That's like his main whipping boy. Yep, Joseph got fucking fat too. Yep. It's probably stress, man. Probably stress. Michelle, she's got some issues too. She's got some health issues. And again, these people aren't going to the doctor. So whatever health issues they have, they're just fucking riding with it, and they're like, okay, I'm fine, no big deal. But no, some of these health conditions are cancer, fucking diabetes, you know, things that really require medication and doctors. Yeah, Joseph's suits has gotten too small for him, and David's too cheap to buy him a new one. Yeah, Tony, I don't know where Tony is, but I'm guessing he's going to be with David. Yeah, Klein girls, I mean, David's probably one of the worst. David's one of the worst pro street that we've ran into, man. He's, I mean, Todd Bentley and all those guys, these guys are like spin-offs of these, right? They've mentioned fucking Todd Bentley. I don't think David has, but he always mentions like Billy Graham or fucking Richard Roberts or Joel Osteen or Benny Hinn. That's who David will mention. But Todd Bentley would never think of fucking having David E. Taylor around his sermon ever. You know Fitzhugh? I don't know if there is anymore. What do you guys think? David's cult bringing in money still or what? How are they bringing in money? I think anybody that's watching David is watching for the comedy show. And we are, David. We're watching for the fucking content. Yeah, but it can't be much. It can't be much. Because here's the thing, Pro Street Dino. You want to know what David was counting on to get tax exemptions on all these properties, okay? Now, unless he sold any of them, last time I checked, he's probably got about 12 different properties in several different states that he's got to pay taxes on. Most of them are up north in Michigan and Missouri, 2 in Florida. He's got the hotel in Texas, and he's got a fucking 2 handfuls up in the St. Louis and Chesterfield area. And they all have to pay taxes on them. Well, this is the thing we were thinking too, Fitzhugh, is they could be squatting at this point. They could be squatting at this point. The Tampa house, I still believe it has a loan out on it. Ask Uncle Jake, he might know that. He does the digging on the loans and stuff. But that house might still have like other interest against it. And David, here's the thing. You know what I told the lawyers today too? Hey, put a fucking lien on the house. If they haven't paid you, put a lien on the house. Simple. They got, you want the locations, I'll give you all the information. Put a lien on all their properties. Well, at least the Tampa mansion, 100 grand, but it'll fucking light a fire under David's ass to pay his clients. Yeah, and you know what? Let me check the, let me see if there's any case updates with David up north, because I think they were supposed to go to court here recently. Yeah. Yeah, he's pretty much on his deathbed, bro. Yeah, that's what we're talking about, some young guy. I like your screen name too. That's what we're talking about today is David and the fact that he hasn't paid his federal lawsuit down in Florida. And it's $100K, dude, over. Well, Ken, that's why we're trying to get this changed, man. That's why we're trying to get this all changed, man. The laws and shit, remember? Go sign the petition, man. Sign the petition. Okay, here's the case for this right here. Let's see if they did anything. Let's see here. So 7-2, they issued a summons. So they're issuing summons to David. Yeah, it needs. That's something our channels kind of try to push, man. Is to get the tax laws changed with these churches. Have the government fucking step in and be like, no, this is enough. And I'm actually starting to have hope for it, because that 7M church out in California, the 7 Mountain Mandate Church, got fucking raided by the feds the other day. And you know what? Matt Moore actually sent me pictures today, man. Matt Moore actually sent me pictures today of that house. He drove by it for me today. He's like, yeah, dude, look, they fucking ripped the gate down on both houses. So there's that house right there. That's where they busted that 7M cult. Bam. Yep. So that's kind of our goal, is to have change done with the church, man. This is bullshit. They're fucking getting away with through and through, man. So yeah, it looks like they're still dealing with this case right here too. They're trying to get, they can't find anybody. Bench trial. So it's a bench trial. They were supposed to show 5/8/2025, but nobody ever showed up. Initial appearance failed to appear. Failure to appear. Nobody's showing up for the cases. And see this, remember how I told you guys, like, fuck jury duty, I don't like our government. This is why, because they tie court up with dumb shit like this. Fitzur, that's what it takes, man. That's what it takes. Hey, but you know what, Pro Street Dino? We can fucking make a start for it, dude. And I think it's going to happen eventually. It's just time, bro. It is. It probably won't happen in our lifetime. It's a process, dude. It doesn't say, our Constitution doesn't say we're not allowed to tax the church, man. Everybody needs to really recognize that fucking fact. Our Constitution doesn't say, hey, we can't tax the church. No, it just says, hey, we have to give them the right to, we have to protect their we have to protect the churches, right? We have to protect that they're allowed to preach, that they can do this, but it doesn't say anything about not taxing them. David's so fat when he breaks his leg, gravy poured out. He's all, actually, it's butter, okay? It's butter, rich, and it's lemon flavored butter, okay? But it's coagulated butter. Yeah, failed to appear. Okay, so they're failing to appear. And again, these violations, they're municipal violations. That's what I mean. They're municipal. And the day I called, I gave them the charge code. I told them what it was, and she's like, man, I got to look it up. But I gave them all the information. She's like, oh, okay, yeah, this is what it is. So it looks like it was filed May 6th of 2025. Okay, so no, hang on. When was this? Okay, so the violation was 9/25/2024, so it's almost a year. So it's going on a year since they've been trying to find these motherfuckers for this, okay? So they hit him 9/25/2024, 15400, 10-page, Kingdom of God Global Church Incorporated. This is where, man, this is where it's all going to get really fucked up for them, is because now you have ordinance violations tying it to the church. Yeah. Yeah, this is David basically saying, fuck you to the courts, man. This is, you see how fucking minute this is? They should just be like, no, fuck that. You know what? We're just going to go ahead and start filing fucking charges against them. Whoever signed the paperwork, I regret. Here's the thing, right? You know how confused David has everybody with all the fucking paperwork? Let's talk about that. You know how many lawyers have tried to serve David at 2008 Victory Way Lane? Everybody, but nobody's there for years, man. When the lawyers down in Florida were trying to serve David and I first talked to them, okay, this is what happened. I told them, I was like, where are you guys looking at? They're like, yeah, it's 2008 Victory Way Lane. I was like, dude, nobody's there. They want you to think somebody's there, but I was like, here's some addresses. Try starting here. Hey, Asha Kumar, what are you doing all the way from Australia? David's still a fat slob in the future, Asha. So yeah, I spoke to the lawyers, multiple lawyers, about David, and nobody could find out where to fucking serve him at. So I started giving him all the other addresses, like start here, 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 and here. Portrait wearing a gold chain, Joshua. No. See, here's the thing. It's like a fucking cup game. It's going to come to that eventually, Irie Dread. It will. It'll come to that. Here's the thing. Movie prop rentals hasn't been paid either. And that's a lot of fucking money, right? That is a lot of money to not be paid to a client. However, Movie Prop Rentals has probably already revamped that money within 6 months, right? That was fucking chump change to them, but they're probably done dealing with it in court, and they're like, fuck this piece of shit. We're just whatever. We've already made the money back. We're not going to dump any more into it, which is good. Good on Movie Prop, but they need to get paid. And David still hasn't paid, probably because he's so fucking sick and they don't have any money. This crusade we're going to see this week, it's probably going to be one of the last ones, you guys. But that's what they do. They send out cops, yeah. Hey, Maurice, hit that like and subscribe, man. That's what we're talking about, brother. Hey, dude, I have a petition on my on my community page, on the post page. Go sign it, bro. Go sign it. We're trying to get the tax laws changed. That was one of my ultimate goals, or one of my ultimate pushes on the channel. Get the fucking tax laws changed, man. Why can't they do it? Oh, because you're gonna lose too many fucking votes? No, fuck that. You know why? Because it's a fucking train wreck, I dread. Because David's a train wreck and everybody loves a fucking train wreck. Facts, man. Everybody loves a train wreck, man, and David is a fucking huge train wreck. It's the unpredictability of David is, I think, what we all look for, right? We're like, damn, what's he gonna say tonight? The night he came out, called me a fag and a pussy, and I was gonna die. Like, yo, what the fuck? We're like, whoa, dude, he's fucking crossed the line there, right? And then David, the fucking piece of shit, emails me afterwards and says, oh, I'm allowed to say that because it's religious freedom of speech. And it's not, David. Nothing says in the Constitution or fucking anything about religious freedom of speech. It's all the same thing. And those were death threats, okay? I don't give a fuck how you put it. You can't use God as a proxy. Be like, oh, God gonna kill you, Rich Holmes. You faggot pussy. You come out here talking about me. God gonna get you. Like, look what he's doing to you, David. He turned you into a fucking blob. Turned you into a fucking obese fucking butterball. We could have fucking packaged you up and sold you for a fucking Thanksgiving turkey, David. No, he'll never come in my lives. I'm pretty sure some of his cult members came in today to watch, for sure, dude. But no, he actually issued me death threats on his channel one time. He did a live while I was interviewing somebody about Catherine, the very fucking same time. And Curly Girl, she was like, yo, Rich, he's talking shit about you right now on his channel. I went over there, and that's when I saw what he was doing. I was like, yo, he fucking lost it. He lost it. And it let me know if I like when we don't think he will, he does. Yeah. No, I'm sure they show up in here from time to time. I'm sure they do. I'm sure they still do. And so do Catherine's little cult members. But with David, I mean, I have their phone numbers we know what they're doing. It's just, it's going to take the FBI to shut them down, man. No, it's really an act of federal government to shut down a church. Local police don't get involved, man. They don't. They send the feds in. They send the feds in because it's a federal matter. It's a church. That's why you really won't see, like the one with 7M, that was different. Like that shit's public because, again, remember what I was saying about the Netflix documentaries? I'm telling you, man. And somebody left a message about that. Let me get on that. Everybody reacted to the 7M Netflix documentary and talked about it. But what this person said, like, yeah, nobody ever mentioned why the post office showed up. And you guys want to know why? When David gets nailed, I swear to God, the fucking post office is going to show up for that fucking piece of shit. The postmaster general will show up. Yep. That, and I dread, that's why I think the Houston place never got shut down, because they were supplying sex slaves to Fed officials. Yep. 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 That's exactly where I was at with it, I dread. That hotel in Houston, that's the reason it didn't get shut down, because somebody got caught there. Yep. I think somebody got caught there. It wasn't supposed to be there. Yeah. And then, you want to think what I think happened? They fucking ran a license plate. We have a problem. We have a problem. There's somebody here in this fucking brothel that we know is a public official. They had to bail out. They're up in O'Fallon, Missouri now. They're up in O'Fallon right now. So if anybody's looking for David and his cult, most of them are up in Taylor and O'Fallon area right now, okay? Everybody in that cult is going to be in that area right now. Last time I was in Houston, I saw a couple new cars there. Not ones that I recognized before. Yeah, they're back up in Missouri. Irie, yeah, they're up in O'Fallon. They're up in Taylor right now. They're up in Michigan. Or not Missouri, but in Michigan, I'm sorry. Hiding isn't going to allow David to keep his money. No. Yep. Yeah, what's David's long-term fucking game? Like, run out the clock and die? Spend all the money before he fucking croaks? Yeah, I could see that. Leave everybody fucking high and dry. No money. Because again, these houses, like, they still owe money on them. You got to pay taxes on these houses. Who's going to fucking make all the money for these houses? Josh, are you? Are you Josh Taylor? No, I don't think you are. Michelle, are you going to go out and do the sermons? Fucking Bishop George Scott, are you going to go out and do it? No. Exactly. If he was innocent, right, Irie Dread? If David was so innocent, he'd be showing up to every court date. I'm right here. Where the fuck are I? I'm innocent. Yeah, they got... Yeah. Yeah. I'm still trying to... I still remember all the addresses, his fucking social. Like, I don't even need to write that shit down anymore. I just remember his social. I don't know. Fucking... David, I am you, man. Just not the fucking piece of shit that you are, but I could basically tell everybody about your life. We all could. We could all peel apart your life. That's what we've been doing. But yeah, if he does show up tonight, I'll be really, really surprised. I mean, Daniela said George Scott was out all early in the morning and shit. So, you know, like I said, man, if he shows up tonight, like I want him to show up tonight. I do. Nope, never see Josh. He was out. He was out this morning. That's what Daniela said. He was out this morning doing videos. The Crypt Keeper was. So, and I'm pretty sure the cult dropped in to see what I was saying about him. And that's right, David. Like, if you were so innocent, you would have just showed up to your fucking court cases, man. You would have showed up and be like, here I am. I'm innocent. What are the charges? No, Maurice. Go check out Catherine Crick, man. Go check out Catherine Crick. You want to see another fucking psycho, bro? We're doing a bit on David Taylor today because I found out some information, yeah. Luther Burger drive-thru while testifying to the jury, Joshua. Yeah, possessed. Copeland's just a fucking evil prick. There's nothing to say about Copeland. He's just a piece of shit, just like Joel Osteen. They're all the same. David wanted to be one of those guys, private jet, be a big fucking baller. But no, David's just a big fucking walrus. Yeah, David, he was just funny. He was just fucking, David just thought he was the shit. No, I don't ever want to imagine that. No. No. Nope. Nope. I know. What the fuck, Irie? The fuck, Irie? Jackie Mitchell says the shit, man. Oh man. Well, Dino, here's the thing. That's something we always fucking ragged on him about. Like, everybody always talked about his fucked up hairline, man. He is so self-conscious about his hair. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Yeah. He was so self-conscious about that, man. Yeah, no, dude. That is something we always fucking talk about. Like, no, we get this freeze frame every so often on the deposition, and it's like you look down and all you can see is this big fucking bald spot right here in the back of his fucking head. Yeah. Yeah, dude, and it's funny as shit, and we always laugh at it. We always laugh at his fucked up hairline, because he looks like Bozo the fucking clown, man. No neck looking motherfucker, dude. No neck David. Fucking no neck David. And he was, man, David. Again, David, I know you're ill, bro. I know you, dude. I know you. I've talked to people who have surrounded you the last fucking 20 years of your fucking bullshit cult, and they all say the same thing. You're very unhealthy. The fact that you made it this long, David, I'm surprised. So let's say 2022, he had his heart attack. Yo, what up, OEB? What up, what up? So say he had his heart attack in 2022, right? We're what, going in 2026 and David wasn't taking care of himself? If you take care of yourself after a heart attack, you can have a pretty good life. You can live a pretty healthy lifestyle. But if you don't, you pretty much cut your lifespan in half after that. And I'm pretty sure that's what David did, is cut his lifespan in half. He had the fucking heart attack, and then he just never took care of himself. Just continued to eat like a fucking pig and a slob and just continued to fucking live in his own filth. Oh yeah, the last 2 years the Depo has him looking like GQ. Hey, be good, Dino. Have a good day, man. Oh yeah, being in Shutaway too. Yeah, it's like, oh, Shutaway, I'm in Shutaway. Like, imagine having to maintain that lie that you're in Shutaway, but you're actually fucking hiding from everybody. You're hiding from the law. I know David's hiding from the law. I know he is. He's hiding from people that probably would like to do harm to him, which is why the cult members, I mean, I know people in the cult who have been there for a while and have never even seen David personally. So if David shows up, man, I will be surprised. And here's the thing. If he shows up, he'll have the bottom third. He'll have almost half the fucking screen cut out because he don't want anybody seeing how fucking obese he is. Oh, yeah. And hey, I regret it's going to be the same with Catherine Crick, y'all. That's what we need to realize. Them having to keep up with the act and the exposure, it's it's compounding interest, right? Not only is David suffering financially, but the power of the internet and what it's done to some of these people, right? And I believe if you use it in the right way, it can do good. But if you use the internet in the wrong way, man, it can fucking ruin people, right? And we've kind of done it in the right way to ruin him, to expose the lies. But it's David's turn, man. It's his turn for his cult to be fucking busted. Yeah, keeping up the act, Irie, is one of the biggest things. Imagine having to fucking just keep maintaining a fucking huge lie with all the videos out there, because now when people look on the internet for David, his breath smells like probably fucking a jar of fucking rancid mayonnaise, not hot water. Fucking rancid mayonnaise, Maurice. That fool fucking probably eats mayonnaise by the jar. Probably gets a spoon and fucking just eats it. Fucking love my mayonnaise. Fucking eat a jar of mayonnaise. Never fucking brushes his teeth. Yep. Fuck that hot water. Fucking jar of mayonnaise. Then he just shoves the fucking meat in his mouth. He's, oh, this is my sandwich. I'm gonna put mayonnaise in my mouth and just some meat, okay? But yeah, we've pretty much put a lot of nails in David, and it'll go down eventually. Whether he fucking kicks the bucket first or he gets arrested, I don't know. I don't know when he's gonna go down. I don't know of any investigations. I've only fucking just spoke to the FBI about giving them information about shit, but I don't know what the fuck they're doing. I don't really care, because it seems to me they're just I don't know, man. I know they got other things they got to worry about than David's fat ass fucking doing this bullshit, but you know, they need to have a special task force for these types of places, man. Hey, what up, Among the Ashes podcast? Yeah, and it is. And if you look at the 7M cult again, you guys, dude, the fucking postmaster showed up with them, man. Oh, hot dog water. Yeah, hot dog water. Yeah, he probably drinks hot dog water, Maurice. That's what David drinks. He's all, go make me some hot dogs, but bring me the water, okay? I don't want the hot dogs. Just bring me the water. Hot dog water. But yeah, the feds, ultimately what they're going to have to do for these churches, they're going to have a special unit. It's going to have to be a whole new task force, like a fucking religious crimes task force. Seriously. No, you're good, bro. You're good, Maurice. Well, Daniela, will the postmaster, Like, yeah, there's law enforcement with the post office, absolutely. And that 7M cult that got busted out in California, what was it, like a Friday ago, last Friday? Friday before that? They had people from the post office show up because they were committing fraud through the mail. COVID relief funds, dude. Big no-no. David, I swear to God, when David gets fucking raided, if he gets raided, the post office is going to show up. They'll have some representatives from the post office there too. Because COVID-19 funds were given through the mail, remember? Yep. It's a whole, step it up, man. Yep. Money order fraud, credit card fraud. Some people were doing fraud for COVID-19 funds, writing out fake businesses, sending them to fake addresses. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And the IRS is onto it, man. They're going to start nailing these fuckers, and they're going to start handing out time like it's nothing. They'll be like, oh, you committed fraud? Oh, here's 10 years. Oh, you did fraud? Here's another 20 on top of that. Oh, you did this, this, and this? Well, here's 25 for that. The IRS is going to catch on, and they did. They did. David's part of it. He took a $30,000 PPP loan. He took $30,000 from the government. Fucking, hey, your point. What's up, fam? He didn't pay his fat tax? No, I don't think he did. I don't think he did. Your point. Don't know. I'm pretty sure, we're pretty sure, some of us, your point, that he's either on dialysis or he's had an amputation below the knee. I think he has, your point. I think David's had an amputation at this point. We know that fucking piece of shit ain't taking care of himself. We've known that. And he's supposed to be coming out tonight, and that's kind of what we're talking about, is if he's ill and he makes it out, be highly surprised. But, and your point, he still hasn't paid his lawsuit down in Florida. Yeah. Below the knees, getting close to home. Uncle Jake. Well, they started the foot down, man. I gotta sneeze. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Excuse me. You know, I don't know when he's gonna start. You never know with David. It's all a mystery to him. He likes to take everybody by surprise. So 7 p.m. I'll be watching. Yeah, it'll be like, if David comes on, he'll be out late. He'll be out late in the fucking evening. He'll come out at like fucking 8:30, 9 o'clock. Yep. Their services are fucking hours long, man. Thank you, Asha. I got fucking African dust this week, man, and it is fucking ripped me apart. Tore me up, man. David, will you come heal my allergies? Okay, let's take a poll right now. Oh, let me add a poll. There you go. There you go. There's the poll. Oh, okay, Maurice, cool. What are you, a cop or are you military? You don't have to answer if you don't want. You want to hit me up off channel, I'd love to speak with you, man. Let me know. I'm guessing you're some kind of government agent. Yeah, I think it'll be a rerun too. I do. I think it'll be a rerun. Because here's the thing, they did a video right after, it was right around the time you got, like, we're assuming that he was sick, right? And I'm pretty sure, I'm not even assuming, I know he's fucking sick. But he does this video saying, oh, well, the Cancer Crusade is in a few months, and it was only next month. It was like a couple weeks ago that he put this video up. And we're thinking that video, yeah, they're live, right? The cult is live, but they put a rerun up of David, yes. And everybody's like, oh, look, the apostle, he came out of Shutaway. But no, cult members, anybody following David, most of it's going to be reruns. And I think he does too. He's just so unhealthy, man. And he knows we watch him. David knows we watch him, so he's going to be kind of careful about how he presents himself to us because he knows we pick him apart and he doesn't like that. David's used to picking everybody else apart, and we've done a very good job of picking him apart. And we're going to continue to. David, if you show up tonight, guess what? We're going to re-upload your videos, and we're going to fucking show everybody what a disgusting fucking walrus you still are. That nothing's changed. And that all you care about is grifting for money. That's the only reason you came out, David, is because you're fucking, I think your birthday's next month. But yeah, for David, he's got to come out and make money. Because if he doesn't, I mean, he can't have that much money right now. Like, they got to be living paycheck to paycheck. Well, he does this once a year, Among the Ashes. Yeah, if he shows up, it'll be the waist up only. Oh, then he says, I've been in Shutaway for 3 years. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they're not very good at editing. Yeah. And people are like, oh, what? No, that's wrong. Yeah, he'll be from the waist up only tripoding. He'll be like this. You a pussy, Rich Holmes. God gonna get you. Fucking tripoding. Tripod Taylor. Yeah. David E. Tripod. And it's exactly what happens when you have a heart attack like that. Yeah, that's the leader. And then all they do the rest of the year Among the Ashes is just run bullshit reruns. Yeah, he shows his fucking fat, ugly face once a year. Oh, and I'm the minister. Yeah, shortly after the community formed, yeah, he went into fucking deep shutaway. Well, it's COVID too. It was kind of during COVID that the community formed. And then he saw how hard we were going, and he's like, uh-oh, I better go fucking hide because these guys are going to fucking tear me apart. Yeah. Yep. Yep. That's why David went into shutaway. The fuck? Hold on. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Okay. No, Vicky, a sketch. COVID was the excuse, right? Hey, Among the Ashes. No, don't even try with Vicky. She's a scammer, bro. Let me tell you something. Vicky's sketchy, dude. Hello? Hey, Miss Ellis, how you doing? I just did. Yeah, I got you. I'll get on it tomorrow. Yeah, I saw that. No, and I'll get with because I think I have the file saved somewhere for my grades. Is that what you need? Okay. Yeah, I graduated. Yes, ma'am. I graduated 2024. Yes. Okay, we'll do, ma'am. Okay. Bye bye. I'll do it right now. Okay. Bye bye. Sorry, guys. That's my VA rep. Hang on. Okay. No, it's not Moneypenny. That's my VA rep. Because for school, like they have to follow up with me, and I just did my closeout. And there were some dates on my file. Like I have to agree to changes on certain files for schooling with the VA. So she's like, I just need you to respond to the email saying, yes, I agree to change dates. Because she put the wrong graduation date in. So she had to update it, and she's like, I just need you to just respond. Yeah, but no, Vicky Yohi's useless in this. No. No, Vicky actually took a bunch of money to start a Netflix documentary about David and never did shit with it. No, that was actually my VA rep, Miss Ellis. But yeah, Michelle or Vicky's useless. Vicky's not going to do anything unless she's going to get a fucking paycheck for it. That's all Vicky's about is money. Same like David. And I know they were doing drugs. David even said that she was doing drugs when she was there, and I know he was doing them with her. I'm not fucking stupid. Vicky looked gacked the fuck out. I've been there before. She looked fucked up. Well, she was talented until she fucking slept with David, and then she basically ruined her career by being with David. And she knew that. Vicky knew that. Vicky knew she ruined her career. And Vicky, I hope you watch this. You ruined your career just by screwing around with David. You had a decent career. If he knows Vicky, he'll know David. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure among the ashes. If he knows Vicky, he knows David. Or David or Vicky has maybe mentioned David to him. But I've tried to get an interview with Vicky, but these people don't like me because I'm so fucking outspoken. We all are. We're very outspoken about this, man, and we don't like what these people did. Vicky, you were in on it. You knew it was all about the money for you. You were looking to further yourself through David, and he was doing the same for you. Yep. Oh, no, Vicky wants to be black, dude. No, if Vicky could be black, she would. Yeah. Pretty sure Vicky would want to be black. That's what I think legitimately about Vicky. Because I think she even adopted like a black child. So, yeah, she really wants to be accepted into the black community for whatever reason. Yeah, something about blonde Caucasian women. You know, David's just got his flavor, I guess. But again, for David, just like Jor Davy, right? I mean, look at David. And he's got all these pretty blonde women around him. We haven't seen Ashley in a long time. I mean, fuck, oh man, I can't fucking stand this African fucking dust, whatever it is. But yeah, Vicky, she's unreliable. She's unreliable. Yeah, and Michelle knew David slept with Vicky, and vice versa. Vicky knew Michelle slept with David. So they all knew. They all knew. You saw Mariah today, huh? No, Vicky's fucking whiter than fucking Catherine, bro. Hey, Bradley, what's up, man? Nah, Vicky's whiter than Catherine. Like Vicky could have been like the leader of a fucking clan or some shit like that. Chris, you think David will be out tonight? You think he'll do reruns, or do you think it'll fucking be the Gutter Walrus? No, I was talking about David Bradley. We're talking about this cult leader who's deathly ill and hasn't paid his federal lawsuits. She won't help at all. She got on edge when asking for some stuff. Nope. Nope, she won't help at all. No. No, she gets on edge. No, I can't do that. I need to talk to God about that. It's like, fucking stop talking to God about it. Just be a fucking decent human being. But Vicky, what Vicky wants to do is sell her story to the highest bidder, right? But she already wrote a shitty book that was trash. And whoever bought her book, they're like, it's just a fucking stupid book. It's dumb. She said she was going to start this Netflix documentary about David and never did it. Now, she flew out yesterday. She's in Sweden right now. But she's not preaching until Friday, right? And that's what I say. Hey, donors, she's going there and taking vacations and having fun. She's not out doing what she's saying she's doing. She's just out fucking around. No, she's going to get popped too. Catherine will get nailed eventually too. She'll get busted. Catherine's going to get busted too, everybody. These guys, what they're doing, they're committing financial crimes. It's against the law. They're committing fucking tax evasion crimes, man. And the only one that can scam the government is the government. I know, right? Because Vicky only wanted to speak out once she found out she wasn't the only one that got pumped and dumped. Exactly. Of course, she took a boat tour today. And you know what's funny is not a lot of people know who she is, right? Not everybody's flocking to her like she wants. Yeah, she's taking a boat tour. She's taking, again, donors, go look at her fucking page on Catherine, and she's taking all your money and just having a good time on it. David's, I can bless the water too. Vicky, yeah. Yeah, KK's fucking weird, right? Your point? KK's fucking weird. I know, too bad she wasn't wearing cement shoes. Oh, really? Another Christian newspaper wrote against her today? Bitchin', Daniela. Right on. Good. That's how it works, bro. That means people are listening. Yes. That's good. It's a start. It's a start, right? That's how it starts. Little fucking bits at a time. Catherine probably is on a Xanax drip. Okay, no rush. Don't rush it, Daniela. I don't know if she's on a Xanax drip, but I think she's on some psych meds, your point. I firmly believe now that she's on psych meds. For sure. Oh, I do have Kleenex in here. Fuck. I was looking for it. Fuck, man. Sorry, guys. I need to blow my nose. You guys want to hear that shit? That fucking... David, why can't you pray away the fucking Saharan dust, you asshole? And you know what? You know what's really cool? Is David's under a fucking heat dome right now up north. There's a big fucking heat dome way up north right now in North America. And it's like... It's down here in Texas too, but it's not as bad as it is up north. So David's whole area, I mean, up in Taylor. Yes, she can cast out autism, right? But she can't heal her own fucking psychosis, right? Well, and again, among the ashes. Yeah, it's you're in the Midwest. Yeah, it's hot as fuck. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, it is. Yeah, it is. It's real hot. Yeah, it's hot down here too. Yep. You don't do anything. The only thing you can do in the heat is hunker down too. You don't do anything. You can't do shit else. End up in a fucking heat injury, have a fucking heat stroke. But I know Danielle's all, thank God I'm in Sweden. Looking really nice weather here. Roll Tide, yep. Yeah, can cure cancer but can't cure his high cholesterol. Exactly, can't cure his high cholesterol, his congestive heart failure, his diabetes. Man, David. We told you, David, we told you. We told you. It's really not hard to figure out, though. She runs on pure ego popularity. Yes, Chuck Wood. Yeah. Yep. That's exactly what KK runs on. And I was talking to one of the sources about Catherine yesterday. Nice long talk about her. And that's exactly all she runs on. It is. It's all ego for her. I mean, hey, donors, imagine yourself taking that riverboat tour with your family, not Catherine. Yep. Yep. That's what you risk when you run with Catherine is your trade for cash. Donor, she's taking your guys' money. Same with David. Anybody who's going to give money to David this week, guess what? He's paying fucking legal bills with it. Yeah, but she does. That's what she thinks. That's what she thinks. I mean, imagine David doing like these revival tours. What if it was David out there doing these revival tours, traveling around the world? David wouldn't make it to the first fucking airport. He'd fucking pass out before we even got to the security gate. He'd be like, man, are we even to the gate yet? Also, she wrote, I'm in the Nordic. You see how pretentious she is? She is. She's fucking all about herself, man. No, I don't, Kevin. No, that's why I reported her DHS. No, that's why I reported her DHS. I urge everybody else to do the same thing. Every country that Catherine's coming into, you need to report her to your local authorities because I don't know how tax laws work in other countries. Like, if you take money out of another country, like how does that work, Daniela? Say I was to come into your country as somebody like Catherine and make money and take it out. How does that work? Would I need to report that to your government? Like, that's what I'm kind of curious about. How does this whole monetary exchange go? Because I know when you come into the country, you better fucking declare your money if you have over a certain amount, right? If you come with $500, you don't need to declare it. Anything, I think it's over what, 10 grand, $9,999 you have to declare. Anything over that you declare. So 10 grand and over you have to declare. But Catherine, she could split it up between multiple people, right? She could do that. Yeah, open a Swiss account. Open a Swiss account in Sweden, right? Danielle's all, hey, you could just get a fucking bank account here in Sweden, dump all your money there. But she could split it up if she was making that kind of money. That'd be the smart way to do it, to keep the government off your back. Split it up between people. But I'm sure they have ways of finding out like who you're associated with. Oh, she wouldn't fucking invite anybody to sit down and have cheesecake with her. No, she'd be like, I don't know you. Get away from me. Fuck you. I could see her being a real bitch, be like, pay for my lunch. Hey, what up, Dick Smith? What up? What up? Talking about Catherine Kooky Crickster, man. She's the Kooky Crickster. We were talking about David earlier, though, Dick Smith. It is. She invited people to the hotel. Dude, the hotel's not gonna like that. All these fucking random people just showing up for her. Like, what the fuck are all these people doing here? You guys aren't even staying here. It is. It's for control purposes. You're right. It's for control purposes. She wants to see who will show up. Be like, hey, who's gonna show up at my hotel? Dude, and those cruises are kind of expensive too, man. Cost a little bit of money. God, Catherine. It's kind of hard to believe that you've actually made it this far. You too, David. You too. What's ultimately going to take it to stop is if the donors just stop giving to these people. That's what it's going to take. It's going to take our government growing a set and fucking doing their job. It's going to take laws being rewritten for the church. First, we need to define a church. Okay. That's what needs to happen first. Right, Uncle Jake? What's a church? What is a church? Define it. Define it. Define a church. I'm curious, like if you went out and started doing a poll, what kind of answers you would get. If you went out and asked the public, what is a church? What kind of answers would you get from them? That'd be a good social experiment, I think. But, David, we'll be watching you tonight, okay? Yeah, I think we'll see him on camera a few more times, but we won't see him rhino stomping across the stage anymore, Chuck. I'm with you. No, because he can't. The last time we were saying that David couldn't move, he came up on stage and he started jumping around. Remember, he came up and he started dancing, but he could only last like a minute. He legit wanted to fucking pass out. He got all fucking winded. He's all fuck. Better fucking take a break there. That fucking pussy Rich Holmes said I couldn't dance. He's all, I'll show him. Remember? Dude. We're like, dude, David can't even animate anymore. And he had to fucking come out. He's all, play it again. Play it again. He came up dancing. Fucking noob, dude. That was a good one. Tithes were food. If a church isn't giving certain percentage to the community, it should file as a church. Yeah, your point. Yeah, it shouldn't file as a church if they're not giving money back. Because here's the thing, like people think church is a lottery. Some of the donors that are giving, like they think they're gonna get rich. They think it's like a lottery, like, hey, I could get rich off of this. Maybe. Yeah. David used to be good entertainment. Not anymore though. We'll see what he does this week, man. But I'm going to hop off here, man. I'm going to go relax. I'm still feeling a little under the weather. And, but we'll keep an eye on you, David. Like I said, we're never going to go away, David. Like, we always have to kind of keep an eye on these guys. Yeah, church, but here in America, right? You're right. That's what it is. It's like the gathering of believers. But if you actually went and took a poll here in America, could people actually answer what a church actually is? What constitutes a church? What makes it a church? What laws govern the church? That's why people are getting away with it, because nobody's asking the questions. What laws governing it? Why aren't they being taxed? Why isn't this? Why isn't this? You have a good night, man. Take it easy, David. See you.